we're back for round 2 of this nonsense. I'm praying you can hear everything. Can you hear me? There shouldn't be any clicks now. I need to fire up Discord. Yo, Wisso. Been having some audio issues, hoping that we are back up and running. I think we're back. So we just had to restart it, okay. The mystery continues. I wonder if I could use the original setup I had, or maybe that caused the problem. Good old restart, mate. Is it worth me trying? You know what? I'll just make do, man. I'll make do. This will have to be the configuration. We'll try mess around with it when the new audio interface gets here, which hopefully shouldn't be too long. Just gonna pray that it fixes it. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I changed the first drop slightly. I might even get rid of the piano, like entirely on the first drop. What interface am I getting? I've got the SSL 12 on this one. Wait, just get a picture of it. This one. What I've gone for. So yeah, hoping that baby will solve the problem. I wanted to have 2 outputs on the headphones because I work a lot in headphones, and it would be good to when I get people around to still work in headphones and not use monitors. Also for streaming it's better, and I want to stream with multiple people in the room, so if we both wear headphones it makes that a whole lot easier, you know. Otherwise you've got speakers banging out, microphones, no one can talk, it's just a bit messy. So it ticks that box. I've also got quite a lot of hardware, and I've got 1 mic, so I've got 3 keyboards basically, and a Behringer mono synth, so it can accommodate all of them, so it ticks that box as well. The other option would be obviously getting a mixer, like an external mixer, and doing it that way. And I've heard good things about these preamps, so all in all it's a improvement for me. I also at the moment on my current audio interface can't adjust the speakers and the headphones independently. There's just one knob. So for recording it's a pain because I have to basically turn my speakers off to not get any feedback and actually use a mic. So yeah, looking forward to it, man. It's going to be I've had the audio interface I've got currently I've had for maybe 15 years. It's the Yamaha Audiogram 6. And it saved me digging it off my desk. You can actually still buy this, which is insane, considering how long I've had this for, but that's what I'm currently running. And like I say, you've only got 1 level master, your phone's in stereo all on that same kind of channel, so there's no way to adjust the headphones. You have to turn the speakers off, to record. Absolutely stupid design. Don't know why I've lived with it for so long. It does have some good sound and compression here, and yeah, it all sounds pretty good. But yeah, 285 quid for that. That's mental, isn't it? What headphones? I've currently got the NDH30s, which are by Neumann. These ones, the open back headphones. These are super nice. I definitely recommend them. Oh, the website's weird. Anyway, that's what they look like. Go and have a look at them. They've definitely helped me, I think, get my mixing just that little bit better. But I'd also attribute some of that improvement to using Sound ID as well. So when I bought the new headphones, I thought, you know what, let's give Sound ID a go, because it's obviously hard to adjust when you're so used to a pair of headphones. Sticking on Sound ID can be really weird if you're used to how your headphones sound. So I was like, right, I got some brand new headphones. Let's try using Sound ID. Just from right out of the bat. As soon as I get them out of the bag, I'm sticking it on. So I'm not used to the way they sound, and I'm not like tripped out by it. And tell you, like, I don't know if it's the headphones or using Sound ID, but both of these together for me has been really good. It causes an absolute nightmare for streaming, but I still get the music sounding good. Yeah, I prefer working on headphones as well, you know, unless I'm in a room which has got like the best speakers and is perfectly treated. Working on monitors, you can obviously put a lot of work into a mix, and then you listen on headphones and you're like, damn, this sounds terrible. What is this? So just to take that pain away, I usually work in headphones first, and then I'll check it on the monitors. I'll always listen on the monitors, check it back, see how it sounds, compare it to other tracks, etc. Basically, you just want to listen to it as many places as possible. And I've got other pairs of headphones. I've still got my old DT770s, so they're still doing their thing. But yeah, headphones is usually where I start. Cool. So this was what we made yesterday. Really enjoyed this one. In the end, I was super tired, and to be honest, I am today. I don't know why. Got a lot on my mind at the moment. Can't really sleep, and I'm going back to work on Monday, which sucks. And this streaming life is what I want to do. So maybe one day we can make this the norm. But yeah, it's been fun. So I've basically just been lacking sleep. Not too bad though. I'm feeling alright. But yeah, I thought today, I don't have too long today, maybe an hour, maybe two, we'll see. But I was thinking we could just like try and write something from scratch and completely finish it, because a few people have been asking to see like from the absolute start, although I am starting from almost nothing, just a chord progression. But yeah, if you want to see the absolute file new, we can press file new together, so you know that I'm not lying, and see what we do. So yeah, putting myself on the spot here, but let's go. So yeah, super happy with yesterday's track. We'll save it. And there we go, we've hit file new. There was one thing just on this. I just wanted to set this up. My metering, I did set up a template actually, but we have this guy over here. So this has also helped me with mixing using a VU meter quite a lot. Ableton init patch, bro. But yeah, the init patch is still, it's my template essentially. So there are a few things that are already set up. So we can have the VU meters up there, and then this here. Okay, so there's my visualizers. And then what I would do is put a Pro Al just in the middle of those two. So then we get the VU pre-limiting and then all the other visualization post-limiting. So I can see luffs and stuff post-limiter. Hey Steve. Yeah, no worries. I realized Andy was streaming, so I was regretful of my timings, but yeah, say what's up from me. But yeah, I won't use the limiter just yet. Once we've got a vibe going. Oh, I've got cereal stuck in my throat. Some water. Yeah, once we get a vibe going, we'll put the limiter on and get the volume up. But until then, so I was listening to like Tin Liquor this morning, and he uses a lot of strings. Snap, crackle, and choke. All right, mate. Bloody hell. Oh, so I kind of want to incorporate some like live strings. That's what I want to do. This track at the top here is just basically a metronome. So I just have the most really like PML Engelhardt kick 03 here, and it is like the cleanest kick I could find. And as you can hear, it's like literally just a sub. It's almost a it's what I use as a metronome to start me off. So that is just there. There's nothing else going on. I've got a shimmer. Just to talk you through my template. I've got a shimmer with a high pass filter. So you'll often see me send stuff into send 1. So I'm basically just sending it into there, and that gives me a really nice reverb. I stole this shimmer preset from Marsh, so you know it's good. I use this Devil Lock very sparingly these days. Don't really use it, to be honest. But it is there as a booster, an audio level destroyer, they call it. But I use it to kind of send the drums in every now and then if I want some extra crackle. Like parallel saturation, essentially, is what that's doing. I have a parallel compressor, which is a glue compressor there. Literally just, again, send the drum bus into that sometimes if I need a bit more smack. But these days I'm getting it in different ways, but it's there if I need it. A room reverb, again, very rarely use this. It's just there in case I need a room, more for vocals. And then a delay, again, that to be honest, the only one I'm really using these days is the shimmer. So the delay, room, and compressor, yeah, they're just there just because I haven't cleaned this up, to be honest. But every now and then they come in handy, you know. And that's it. That is literally it. I've got a span on the master to look at stuff, obviously, and these two metering plugins. I've got this Pro Al in the middle of them, like I explained earlier. Cloud Seed. I don't actually know Cloud Seed, but yeah, Supermassive is also really cool. I use those as well. I just find for the send, this shimmer sounds great. It just sounds great, and it has a certain vibe that I really enjoy. There's nothing wrong with Supermassive though. Yes, it don't feel like you have to buy shimmer. I think Supermassive can get the same effect. There's a preset in there called Massive Vocal. Okay, let's just quickly look at Cloud Seed while I've got it on mine. If I have to buy new plugins, then I'm going to be upset. It's 35 quid, not too bad. I feel like I've seen this one before. That looks quite smart, doesn't it? But yeah, I'll have a look. But to be honest, my favourite reverb is definitely Valhalla Room. I just love Room. I think it's the most versatile of all the reverbs. Does the job, man. Does the job. So anyway, I'm going to use... I always start from a piano mainly to start a vibe. And a few people have been mentioning Noir. I have got it installed, so let's get that going. And then we might want to put a little bit of, like I say, Room on here, so we can have a listen to Room as well. It's really quiet for me. just going to turn everything up. We can fix that later. Maybe even a bit of limiting just to get it louder. Okay. Cool. So I've got a keyboard here. MIDI keyboard. It's pretty bad, to be honest. Like the velocity sensitivity on it is terrible. Maybe something I do a lot, as you'll probably notice, is three chords. But then I've been also, sometimes I like to do 3 chords and then 4 chords. So then you get an extra little spice. So it would be like, I guess it would be 17 bars, right? Oh, sorry, 16 bars. And so you'd have 1, 2, 3 chords in the first 8, and then 4 chords in the last 8, right? Which is quite interesting, I think, sometimes to keep it like fresh. But also, I love the feel of 3 chords, so I like having, yeah, whatever. Shut up, Max. Oh, too much reverb for show. We got 100% mix up in here. Yeah, you can hear the room is just, I think it's utterly gorgeous. And you can do massive so if I was to recommend buying any of the Valhalla stuff, I would say get the room. But the vintage is nice. But I just think this one's so diverse, and you've now got the low cut and the high cut, which they added in one of the later releases, which it's just perfect, really. So enough waffling. Let's write some music, Max. I'm feeling this note here, this B. This B is sounding good. Piano's sounding good as well. Something like that. And where was I was going up here. That's quite nice. Where could I go for the 4? Ooh, let me see if I can get away with a little bit less latency here. Just because playing on this is hard enough as it is. Maybe we could throw the... How does that feel? I'm tempted to do that. So we go F. I use this room on almost every track. Do you mean the Valhalla one? Yeah. absolutely love the Valhalla room. Where do I want to go from here? Let's look. I always do the bass notes first. Maybe we could do this as a fifth just to get a bit more vibe. And maybe come up an octave. Could also maybe come in like slightly later. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe just like that. We can play with the timing. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about, having 3 and then 4. Okay, so basically got the root notes and the fifths on top. It's really straightforward stuff. Might even throw that on as well, and then you can just like throw a third on. That's going to sound wrong, so we'll change that. Take care, Mason. So there we have, I guess, like a rough structure, right? Take care, broski. And when, like, because I like the lower notes on the piano, but I also love like a wider chord, so you can split these up a bit. So where we've got the maybe the octaves, right? You take the octaves, all of them, and just press up octave on that, so you get a wider chord. That's an option. I'm not sure how I feel about that. You can also throw the fifths up. You kind of just got like an inverted triad. We could try, just because that feels a little rushed, making this a 16 bar loop. Stretch this lot out across those. Like, how long is this? I think that's what it should be. It's going to take a minute for us to adjust to that. Might help if we throw in like a little loop just to feel what it actually is, you know? Okay. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Like, I'm just going to take that loop out actually. So I spend quite a lot of time on getting these chords where I want them. Something you can also do is just like throw in like additional notes to get them sounding greater. things like that, like when you put notes close together, you get a different vibe. Then you can put them up and see how they feel higher. Something like, I think a 4 or 5 note chord is probably what you want to be aiming for. So that's really nice, I like that feel. And then also that C gets played again. Then we could just try playing the C every time as being like the holding, whatever. The note that gets played every time in a chord is cool. It's something that deadmau5 does a lot. Then we want to throw in an additional note here. So maybe we use the G, because the G gets played again later. You get that kind of dissonance. Then we go back to C. And C again gets played. I think that feels good. And so we come up here to D. So let's think about where this wants to go. So we're playing C down there, we're playing G there. We could have 3 Gs in a row. The 3 Gs, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 notes. So maybe we don't need. Yeah, nice and happy. I'm thinking that today is the day for that. But you can also, like, the beauty of Ableton is you can just go like that. And you get a totally different vibe. I mean, they are still happy though. But yeah, like I said, I was listening to Tin Lick and I was thinking, I want to make some like more serious stuff, which like get played on like a main stage, whatever. That's the inspiration anyway. So yeah, so let's just try messing around a little bit with the timing on some of these. So I'm thinking we can come in like maybe slightly earlier on the second note there. Here. So we could have like a stepping chord as well going maybe there. Can you say something politically incorrect real quick? Not sure. Hey friend. Yo Recon, what's up bro? Let's try add a little melody on top of this then. So it's not necessarily going to be a chill piano track. I just wanted to show you guys how I approach starting writing chords, and then you can basically take these chords and put them into another instrument and you have a whole different vibe. But that's spoilers. That's spoilers. So yeah, we have a chill piano track today. Yo, Alcan, I'm doing well, bro. How are you? Definitely hearing this A. Yo, TM, how you doing, bro? Happy New Year, man. And let's just take that low note and stick it into serum. And just get like a bass fundamental going, just so we can feel what it feels like. I'm gonna pick like any one of these respaces. By the way, someone yesterday bought this pack using my affiliate link, which was really kind, so thanks for that, whoever you were. Really, really strong sounds. Just realised the levels are flipping, they're all over the place, so we'll just sort that out. I'll just show you as well. So turn off the metronome. The kick on the VU meter here, I was mentioning it earlier, you should get that kick to roughly 0, but you can have it underneath because there's going to be some headroom, which is good. You wanted me to say your username, right? I'm not going to say your username, brother. F the system. I'll leave you at that. VU plugin is T-Rax metering. I don't really use the push now, but it's alright if you want to use it. It's a workflow item. I just like the old school keyboard and mouse vibe. So the only thing I'm not really happy with is the low note of this chord progression. Being on B, it's not the chunkiest of notes, so might change it to F, which would take this down here. Let's have a feel of this. What's going on, man? The kick is from PML, yeah, this one is. This is like my metronome kick, but I'm going to change it. So once I've got those chords, as you can see, I start building out. So I put the low note in, just from the chords, into some sort of sub sound. And then like the piano, you can almost forget about it, or you can obviously have it. Cheers, Ken. Good to see you, man. But then you can, like, so today I was thinking about strings and kind of like epic strings. So I do have a few sounds. We could go into some Spitfire stuff. This one. And then we can literally just take that MIDI and throw it in that. Maybe take the top note off. Yeah, you can get the free one. It's not, there's no difference, I don't think. Hey, Synchrotron. Good to see you, mate. Nice stream earlier. If you're not already following, go check out Synchrotron. But yeah, like, I'm loving this string. It's New Year. Hopeful feeling right now. We get a bit more air out of those strings. Yeah, the strings could definitely octave up later on. We could also like build them, like add in like higher notes. Maybe not as obvious as that. Maybe it's more like there. Hey, Matt. How we doing? That shimmer send I have, if you just put the strings into it. Oh, we got the wrong note there. Change the scale, so I'm not entirely sure what the scale is. I think that needs to go up one. Yeah, looks like it. Thanks, Miles. Thanks, man. Glad you're liking it. What mouse am I using? The MX Master. Or the MX1. It's an old one actually, but I love this mouse. So now let's take the chords, the main chords at least. Or even without that high note, just take the triads, right? Not that guy, I'll take that. And then like take like Diva for instance. Get like a nice, I like these Luftrum presets, they're really cool. Use like an ARP maybe. This always gets like a reasonable result. That's the worst ARP. Yeah, Omnisphere from Luftrum is really nice as well. So at this point, the kick is kind of getting lost, so we might want to change that. We could also get like, might start setting up some groups. And so like that's music. Then we got that bass, which we need to do a lot more with, but it's definitely the bass. So we can throw that there. We've got the music here. I tend to use like a purple colour. Red for the kick. Just habit really. And then just get like I usually start the drums with like just a hat, just to set the tone and see where it wants to go. I feel like it's a good starting point. So you get yourself just a basic sound. Remove the kick, he says. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. The human soul. Thanks. I mean, Love Drum's taking all the credit for these beautiful arms, man. But like a more of a chunky bass patch. I think it's this one. I want like a really... Don't worry, you won't really hear the click in the mix. I'm just going to start the drum group as well. If I was going for a proper piano, I'd definitely look at all the velocities and stuff, but I think it's just the piano's just going to be like a backing instrument. I'd rather have like synthesizers and stuff, and more like electronic sounds doing. Maybe some synths. Just building a little groove out of some very basic drum sounds. And just turn everything down to get it back down to 0 on the VU meter. Oh, I think it's the limiter which is way out. Not really hearing what the actual VU is doing, so we got to make sure that that's... Just try and get this louder in my ears. Okay, we're at full volume there. Maybe we can boost it in Streamlabs. Hopefully, is it too loud for you guys? So in the music, I'm thinking to just do a continuous one note pluck thing. All good. this, we're going to use basic waves. Like one of these keys are good. Should work, I think. No. Yeah, that lever arc has come out really nice. I think it's this note that we need. So it's kind of like an Afro house kind of thing to do this. Might need to go like an octave higher actually. Maybe just tighten it up a little. Put this on a different envelope. A really simple sound here, so let's just start from yo, her flex, what's up, man? Could be F, yeah. I find like the delay works really cool on this sort of stuff. Yeah, I think C# definitely the one. Try changing up the kick as well. Then get more stuck into the drums. I think this sound just helps. It's like more of a set the envelope up right. It's really useful for like transitions and stuff. Okay, so let's go into kicks. This one I've been really enjoying. Yo, River X, how you doing, man? get another bass sound, I think, and reinforce it. That's kind of adding a little bit more groove in the low ends. We need to look at the levels, but we'll just reset back to that then for the end. Last bar there. Okay. So the sidechain is currently on just the sub. I'm going to take it off that and put it on the whole bass group. So we sidechain everything together. See if I can just get this any louder for myself. Yeah, it's much better. Okay, the lows are crazy. Now I can actually hear them. So let's just remix the low end here. See the VU meter change, just get it back to 0 there. I mean, you barely notice it in your ears, but the kick to really be driving the whole tune, not the bass. The bass is just like a supporter. So yeah, using the VU meter we get the more dynamic vibe there. Okay, let's get some proper drums going. Do that actually, I'm going to come back to the music, just remix everything so we get a nice vibe. So we've done we'll leave the drums off as well for now. Let's leave the piano for now. I like the strings a lot, let's just get them right. Somewhere here does feel out right. Might need to, have I done it? Maybe just cut the lows on this. That's beautiful. Just looking at the VU meter as well now to get these sitting about right. what happens if I open the cut off on this bass. Okay, the mix is sounding a lot better now. Hopefully you can all hear that. Not that one. Let's look at Do Loose real quick. What are these percussion ones? I don't think I've heard them. Oh, I do quite like the triangle. On the drum bus now, I normally put like a vintage verb. Just have it right down on the lowest decay and just mix that up. Just get a bit of splash going on basically. Just straight air when you into it. There's no messing about. Grab a standard open hat, I think. Maybe a sort of clap sound. Yeah, like sort of like a woody sound is quite cool. Knock a dB or two off the strings there. Okay, so yeah, so you can see like we're slowly building it up. Maybe some more percussion. Try and find like a hook on top of it maybe. Yo, I'm here, how you doing, bro? I put myself in a scale where I would never work in. Hey Rui, how you doing, man? It sits somewhere around that F. This feels like very like Green Planet, very like chilled. Need to go back a bit. Want like a really nice shaker. Something I like to do as well is layer up an omnisphere with Thiever. Like take the same melody basically. And then percussive organic's really cool. See what you can find. It's okay. Have a flick through. Maybe just pull that down a bit, have it more in the background. Sound is like a bit on the resonance side, so we probably just need to EQ it a bit. Sometimes I like group the lead as well. Press them together maybe. Also going to bring up the reverb. Maybe take it off there. Okay, there's a lead. Don't know if it is the lead, but it is a lead. Let's just start muting a few things and see where we are. Take a little look at span. Put it on post limiter. Yeah, Diva's awesome. Hey guys, how we doing? Sam and Will English, what's good? Coffee in hand. I've had mine. Just realised the time. I don't have that long today. $7:30. I really like that with the delay there. Is that where you are then, Will? The Englishman is in New York. Ah, thanks guys. Let's see. Definitely has that kind of vibe. Let's bring the piano back, see how it feels. maybe octave up. Another thing which is fun to do is put a sidechain on your music bus. But just do like 50%. Then you get that kick really coming through. Adjusting these because I put them back on the 1. I think they sound better back on the 1. Trigger level. Anywhere where the kick comes in, you know? About there. Got it about 50%. We're taking the highs, so we're not ducking the highs as much. The crossover's on 633 hertz. Where that is down the high. So we're not ducking the high end, we're only ducking really the lows. Under sort of 600, so it doesn't give a massively powerful effect. That crackle was me. Your CPU hasn't blown up, don't worry. See if we can't find some like little vocal elements. Just gonna figure out the key. C sharp. I don't know if it's minor, I think it's major. Or maybe it is minor. Oh, this one's quite nice. see what we can do. Quite busy. That one's too busy. Sometimes it works, sometimes. That's the problem with these subscription things. You can pay loads of money, never use them. But that one time you want to use it, you have to pay. It's kind of annoying. Maybe just some effects to finish this off and be ready for arrangement. Ah, cheers, Refund Man. I think I'll mute that one for the first time and just have it on the second, that vocal. Yeah, I quite like it. It'd be cool to have like a more chunky bass line. Like kind of moody. There you go. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that, bro. Looks pretty healthy on span. Let's just mute the kick for a minute. Hey Tishas. Yo, guys, I've got some bad news, so I have to end now. Basically, we built this from nothing. I wanted to show how you can start, or at least get inspired and try and... Man, you've got a good eye. That is a RD700 SX behind me. I'm not hiding the rest, I promise. We will go... I think we'll come back to this. I would usually be streaming longer Ghost in the Shell, but I've got to go today. I'm still using it. I use it just for jamming, really. Definitely gonna have... I've bought a new keyboard stand. I'm gonna get it set up. So as soon as that arrives, we'll be jamming on the piano as well. I need to get back into playing. Like, I haven't played for a long time. I've got two synths here. I've got an Axis Virus and a DX7, which we'll be using, and also the Neutron. So yeah, I've got the new audio interface coming. I've got a keyboard stand coming. Exciting times ahead. I will be streaming tomorrow, yeah. We can finish this off tomorrow on the stream, how about that? As long as I still enjoy it when we come back tomorrow. Fingers crossed, eh? But yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the next stream. It's been lovely hanging out, sharing the energy, as always. But yeah, peace out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday wherever you are. No worries at all. Peace and love, guys. Take care. Have a good dawn.